Okay, I think that we should just go ahead. Welcome to the third webinar with Maze, and this time on a topic that is about how you could master the art of customer feedback. My name is Göril, and I have been with the company for more than 19 years, and with a main objective to help retailers to gain the most out of customer feedback. As usual, I will talk for about 15 to 20 minutes. And if you have any questions, please write them in the chat and I will do my best to answer them at the end of the webinar. So the topic of today is a topic that I'm really passionate about. I mean, all of my colleagues in Maze are passionate about. And have in mind that today I will focus on the customer feedback more to the physical stores, not feedback for marketing or online purpose. And I hope that also meet your expectations for today's webinar. I know I've seen the list of attendance today, and I know that some of you are already using Maze, and some of you are maybe using Mystery Shopper today, or Net Promoting Scores, or any other feedback systems. But I hope that I can inspire you, whatever you're using, to master your feedback even smarter. So we will start looking at how you can turn your customer feedback maybe into the most powerful way to drive growth in your business. When I was preparing this webinar, preparing a webinar gives a lot of new insights and awareness. And I have learned that one question that I will ask all my potential customers in the future is, what is the purpose of your customer feedback? What is the plan with collecting customer feedback? And think about it as well during this webinar, and I will talk a lot about it. What is your purpose of doing customer feedback? Because in today's market, customer feedback, to my opinion, isn't just a nice to have or a box to tick off. I think it's essential for your growth of your business. And understanding and acting on it takes real skills and real focus. And it's a lot more than just gathering opinion and knowing what the customer think of us. It's about using the insights to create real change and to improve customer experience and increase your store's revenue. So let's explore how that could be done. Why are you collecting feedback in the first place? Is it to improve your service? Is it that you want to drive innovation? Perhaps sometimes it is because you want to satisfy your management and board curiosity about the Net Promoting Score, or to compare results across your locations, or know how you are performing towards your competitors. Are we using it for meaningful analysis at the headquarters? Or could it also be that we're simply collecting data without a clear, actionable purpose? Too often, valuable feedback goes unused and turned into a lot of wasted opportunities for growth and improvement. And I think that we need to ask ourselves, do customers see any impact from the feedback that they are providing? And in this section, I will explore these questions and uncover how meaningful customer experience can drive real change if it's used the right way. I think that some retailers are wasting customers' time. I know that's harsh to say, but I think that's the truth. They're wasting their customers' time if the feedback is not actually driving meaningful change for the customer. And I understand that customer feedback is valuable for all parts of the organization. But if you ask a customer about feedback on the experience in the store he and she visited, and that insights, it's only being given to the headquarters and not to the people working in the store, my opinion is that you have wasted big opportunities and probably the customer's reason for giving the feedback. And then it comes to the customers, if the customers see the impact. Are retailers communicating back to customers by improving the business? And have in mind that customer wants to feel heard and see tangible improvements based on their input. Again, have in mind, if you ask the customer about feedback on a recent visit in the store, the customer do expect to see changes next time he or she is visiting the store. So how do you make sure that happens? I think that in today's data-driven world, it's so easy to get caught up in the hype of collecting as much feedback as possible. I very often hear that when I'm talking to potential customers as well. But I would like to pause for a moment on that. Because what happens when we gather huge amounts of data and you fail to act upon it? Does having more feedback really means better decisions? Or are we sometimes drowning in noise and missing the signals that really matters? At Mace, we believe in the power of simplicity. We believe in that just a few pieces of feedback every day directly to the stores can be transformative if acted upon efficiently or effectively. Instead of focusing on quantity, we challenge you to prioritize quality. And what would happen if you turned fewer, more meaningful insights into real measurable change? I assure you that you will see better results, happier customer, more motivated team, and higher revenue. And to be honest, because this is a question I very often get, if you collect a few feedback every day from all of your stores, you will, within just a few weeks, have more than enough valid data also for the headquarters to use for insights and analytics. We see that all the time. We also have to see it from the customer's perceptions. I already said a little bit about that, but still want to point out a few important points. Because is the feedback wasting time or adding value to the customer? So, because if the customers see no changes from the feedback, they might feel they are wasting their time. And what can retailers do to ensure that the customer feel that their voice are valued? And following up on feedback is a meaningful way to help build a lot stronger customer loyalty and trust. And the customers do need to feel that their feedback is valuable and important to the business. I want to spend some time talking about mystery shopper and a bit of regular feedback compared to feedback being used as everyday training. We sometimes meet customers, of course, that have mystery shopper, and some of them are using this to check, out if the strategies at the headquarters are being followed up in the stores, if the campaigns are being done the right way, or if the layout in the stores, the lighting, the posters, everything, which is good, very well. But if you want to use feedback to change behavior, mystery shopper has quite a few limits. Have in mind that mystery shopper feedback is often based on just one or two visits, which can result in assessments that may not fully capture the overall customer experience or reflect consistent trends in service quality. And additionally, this approach very often feels unfair to your staff, to your frontline workers, as their performance for an entire month or even several months or year may be judged based on just a couple of isolated interactions with a customer, and which may not represent the usual level of service. So asking you, can mystery shopper know and then truly understand the store's overall performance with such a limited snapshot? Both mystery shopper and regular periodic service has limitations to make change, if not being used daily towards the right people and with the right purpose. Let me sum up some of these challenges. And this is, of course, from my point of view. As I just said, mystery shopper programs typically happen sporadically, but also periodic service has a challenge that the feedback can take weeks or even months to reach the frontline staff that is actually meeting the customers in your stores every day. And very often the insights reach them so late that it may not longer be relevant. Have that in mind. And also, mystery shopper offers limited data points, as I said previously. A couple of visits may not be representative of an overall performance and can lead to generalized assumptions. And by the time staff receives the feedback, the opportunity to act on specific events may have passed, and reducing the relevance and impact of changes. And something that is really important for all businesses is the return of investment. And the return of investment here can be lower due to the slow feedback loop. Issues may persist for longer and potentially leading to customers' dissatisfaction and higher churn before corrective actions are taken in the stores. And then maybe the most important thing, your staff engagement. Your staff engagement can be reduced to lack of consistent, timely recognition or action. Can you imagine your staff know that they are being evaluated either by mystery shopper or customers, but have to wait weeks or even months to see the results? And also sometimes only some of the results is being introduced to them by the manager. Do you really think that that is engaging and motivating for your frontline team? So my question to you is, do you have a system for closing the feedback loop? Retailers should consider whether they have a structured process for following up on feedback. And does the feedback end up, and this is a really important question, that is my heart close, does the feedback end up as a data in a report? Or does it lead to actionable steps that empower your frontline staff to improve and grow? And how are employees involved in addressing the feedback? Is feedback shared with the staff regularly, or is it only seen by the management? And are the system in place for employees to engage with the feedback? I say it again, if feedback is not followed up by you and your frontline staff, what's the message being sent to the customer? Is the feedback process itself undermining your customer trust, or is it increasing your customer trust? So, with that in mind, what I said, why should you consider real-time feedback instead of mystery shopper or regular NPS measurements? Daily feedback from your local customer provides immediate insights into your customer experiences and allowing for real-time course correction. And frontline staff can adjust their behavior immediately. And this feedback is also often more specific, and it reflects real customer experience across a range of scenarios. Continuous feedback help your staff stay more connected to the customers, and it empowers them, and this is important, it empowers them to take ownership of their own development and training. Actionable insights empower and engages the staff, and it makes it fun to focus on their own behaviors towards the customer. And the quick reaction time and daily focus on improvement results in a steady increase in customer satisfaction is leading to better long-term loyalty and increased sales. And the employee moral also benefit from the real-time recognition. So why does Maze work then? I mean, I could say that Maze works because what I've already told you on the previous slides. But I want to state that our philosophy is that feedback should be accessible to all employees every day, not just to the headquarters. We transform the local and real-time customer feedback into actionable insights, empowering local teams to improve customer experiences daily. And by engaging employee with kudos and notification, it fosters accountability and drives continuous improvements in all your stores. And it makes your frontline staff feel appreciated and valued to the company every day. They know what they do well, they know what they should practice on, and that is learning and developing them. And as for management, store managers, operational manager, regional manager, we provide a clear overview of store performance, trends, and employee engagement. And also, based on daily feedback, that delivers actionable insights through details AI analytics, helping leaders identify strengths, address challenges, and to prioritize action to enhance overall customer satisfaction and operational efficiency. And this is without doubt a great way of mastering your customer feedback. With that in mind, as a retailer, and probably many of you that are listening in now, you are approaching the most important time of the year. So if I ask you, do you know how customers experiences visiting your store during the holiday shopping season? Do you know which stores that are meeting customer expectations and which are not? And this is a demanding and important time. And by listening to your stores, if your stores are listening to your customers' feedbacks every day, you and all your employees out there are often better prepared for the upcoming days. So I hope this was valuable insights for you and that you are a little bit more aware of how you can master your customer feedback after this webinar. So thank you all for listening in, and please let me know if there is any questions that I can answer. So far, I don't see any of them here. Well, there is one here. If a store gets inappropriate feedback, how do you handle that? That's a good question. And in Maze, I just have to say that does not very often happen, but in Maze, we have something called AI Guard that is preventing frontline staff to get these unappropriate feedback. So that is taken well care of. And we are cooperating in the UK, we are cooperating with the Retail Trust and working on respecting the customers. So that is all taken care of. I hope that was a good answer to your question. Well, it seems it's no more questions. So with that, I am wishing all of you the best for your holiday shopping season. And hopefully I will see you again in 2025 for our next webinar. And please, at the end, please register and subscribe to the Retail Insight. That's Maze's newsletter with a lot of interesting insights being sent out to you. So thank you everyone for listening, and have a nice day and weekend when it comes. Bye-bye.